Paul from Black Edge Trading. Hit that like and subscribe button. But real quick, I'm going to walk you through a trade we took today. So this morning, my plan, I didn't get to write the pre-market plan because I woke up too late. But right when the market opened, I put a plan in the main chat. I said I wanted to watch the 45.34, 45.37 level. In the short term, I test up there and a fail. I would want to look to play puts down to 45.20. I didn't get to get that trade this morning. So when it got down to 45.20, I was able to spot some buying. And I said, okay, this is the opportunity to reverse what I said. It's buying down here at 45.20. I need to put on a trade. I know my risk is small. So I put on a trade. So you see right here at 8:59, which is 9:59 Eastern time. I had already jumped in some calls, and I was able to alert my group after I got into calls and said I'm in calls here because the risk is small. And what I mean by that is if it went further down, I was going to be able to have a small stop loss. That's what trading is all about. We're not going to be right all the time, but it's about protecting your capital and making your risk small and your reward way larger than your risk. So my risk reward ratio is working out right here. I could risk 2 points to make 20 points at the point where I bought in. So I took the trade, and I'll show you how it went. I alerted my group. I was in the voice chat where they can talk to me and hear what I was seeing. I also sent them a image of what I was looking at. And I was saying I don't want to see price going to 45.18 and a half. And I was interested in playing longs, which are calls, up to 45.34 to 45.37 level. And I drew them a picture and showed them what I was seeing. And I'll show you how it worked out. And I'll show you what I saw on Bookmaps. So, we didn't make it up here this morning for my initial plan, but we did make it down to my target. And when we got down to my target, I saw this heavy selling coming in, and price could no longer go lower, even though we had all these red bubbles where it was heavy selling. Volume started spiking, so I knew it was a buyer down here absorbing all those sell orders. So at this point, I was saying my risk was small. I can get calls right here and have my stop below this last bubble just in case we sold off even more. So if you look at the time at 8:59, this is when I was able to text my group. So they still had a good little ways to go. I probably got in somewhere down here when price started reversing, and then I was able to put my order in and then text them within a minute or two from getting my order in and getting my stop loss and stuff set. So the reason I say that is because it's very important to be able to follow along and for you to identify this stuff also. And this is what we teach at Black Edge Trading, because a lot of you guys want text messages and stuff, but you're not going to get the price that the person texting you has, because this stuff moves so fast that you need to be able to see it yourself. And that's what I try to teach traders, to be able to identify these things and come up with these same plays that I come up with. So anyway, I give them a text alert, and we start seeing still selling, but prices moving higher. That means the buyers aggressively buying. And we are eventually, after we get back above VWAP, we eventually move up into my target at 45.35 that I had put in the Discord. And I show them a little graph of what happened. And I tell them, tape doesn't lie, because it doesn't. If you can read price action and volume, that's all you need, and it'll let you know what's going on. And let me show you what the contract looked like. So I used a 45.20 contract, and a lot of people end up failing in this game because they don't choose the right contracts. They catch the movement, but they don't choose the right contract. I chose this contract because I calculated what how far the XPX and the ES chart were apart, and it was 15 points today. So the XPX was trailing 15 points behind the ES chart, which is the futures chart. And I calculated that if we got back up to the price that I was trying to get to, which is up here at 45.35, then $15 from that, my contracts would be at the money. If you subtract 15 from 45.35, you get 45.20. And I wanted my contracts to get to the money because once they got to the money, I knew they would be double from what I had bought them at. So let's go back and look. Let's go back down here and look at this chart, and we'll see what happened. So I was able to get in this candle right here when I saw this selling volume disappear. It was heavy selling volume, and I saw it start to fade and disappear. I was able to get in, and price started moving up. I was able to text my group around this point right here after I had got in and got my stop loss set. I was able to text my group, and some of them also took this trade. And we were able to ride this trade up pretty much event-free. If you see from right here, where I would have texted them at 9:59, it's pretty much event-free up until we get to 10:20, which is 30 minutes later almost, and we get a pullback right here, an aggressive pullback. It hits my stop loss, and I'm able to cash out. I always use a trailing stop for aggressive pullbacks because you just never know. One candle can wipe out all your profits. So always have that stop loss set with option contracts, especially if they're 0 day. But that's how I was able to capitalize and make $400+ per contract using XPX calls in 36 minutes. So, if you do the math, you got one contract, you got a $400 plus profit here. If you got 10 contracts, you got $4,000 plus right here. If you're trading with 20 contracts, you got a $6,000 cost, but you have what would that be? 800 times 20. You're looking, I don't know what you're looking at, but you're looking at something nice. What, 12, 16, 16,000? $16,000 profit. Sorry about that math. I just look at the numbers. But you got a great profit there. So anybody could play this. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have $300 in your trading account. This is a quick double up in 36 minutes. After we got up here to this price, I should have took this trade back down because if you look at the puts, the contracts on the puts were low up here, and I could have taken a trade back down. And I did that afternoon, but